Moments of inspiration mixed with time to network, IBJ Media Events has you covered. From industry deep dives to awards celebrating Indiana's top leaders, see what's coming up and reserve your seat at ibj.com/RSVP.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Tuesday, November 18th, 2025. I'm Alex Brown. Roche Diagnostics in Indianapolis is preparing to launch the first Alzheimer's blood-based test in the world designed for the primary care setting. The test, developed in collaboration with Indianapolis-based Eli Lilly and Company, does not diagnose Alzheimer's directly. Instead, it looks for the same protein in the blood that doctors have traditionally spotted in brain images as the key indicator of Alzheimer's. Senior Vice President of Medical and Scientific Affairs, Kadri Senusel.
If a patient runs this test and have a negative result, this patient is unlikely to have Alzheimer's disease. If a patient has a positive result, that prompts a referral to a neurology. I strongly believe in that. I believe this is a milestone in the assessment of Alzheimer's disease. We know as of today, over 55 million patients are suffering from dementia. It is expected this number raised to 150 million by 2050.
Roche says patients will be able to start taking the test early next year. South Bend-based Beacon Health System has announced the appointment of Kira Carter-Robinson as president of Elkhart General Hospital. She succeeds Carl Risk, who was reassigned in May as president of Beacon Kalamazoo in Michigan. Carter-Robinson, whose tenure began November 3rd, most recently was chief operating officer at University of Michigan Health, Sparrow. A former vice president at OCM Engineering in Indianapolis has been named the new CEO of telecommunications and electric utility advisory firm Mytra Consulting. The Anderson-based firm says Samuel Sluis brings more than a decade of executive-level experience in engineering and business development. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Indiana's economy is on the move, and every region has a role to play. Join IBJ Media and Inside Indiana Business for the Innovate Indiana series, presented by Indiana University and Old National Bank. We're traveling to 10 regions across the state to spotlight business growth, workforce development, innovation, and Indiana's tech hubs. Don't miss this front row look at Indiana's future and the growth opportunities in your region. Find out when we'll be in your area at ibj.com/innovate.
The Warrick County town of Elberfeld is celebrating the opening of its new police department building. Town Marshal Lloyd Jones told our partners at WEHT-TV the project, which has been 5 years in the making, is designed to give the community more access to its police department.
Everything that I thought about was for the community. I wanted to include the community, and that's why I put on the front of the building, community first always. That way it reminds people when they drive by, and also reminds our officers that we're here for the community to serve the community.
The police department was previously located at the back of the town garage on the second floor, which wasn't open to the public. The new one-story location makes the department more available to the public and is also designed as a multi-use building that can serve as an emergency operations center in the event of a natural disaster. A popular dining spot in downtown Fort Wayne will close at the end of the year. The Pint Slice announced in a social media post on Monday that its last day of operation will be December 31st. The Pint Slice was founded in 2007 by the Thomas family and has been a staple of the city's downtown revitalization since that time. However, the owners say financial difficulties, including food costs doubling over the past few years, are forcing them to close the restaurant's doors for good. Lake City Bank CEO David Finley is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.
I'm Tiffany Souter, mom of four, wife, entrepreneur, and host of the Life of And podcast. For years, I built my life with brute force, a successful business, a growing family, and absolutely zero margin. I was tired, snappy, and felt constantly behind, and I was too afraid to admit it. Everything changed when I stopped trying to do more and started building systems that actually worked for my real life. If you too are craving more peace, more presence, and just more time for you, I'd love for you to join me on the Life of And. Subscribe now on your favorite podcast app or listen at ibjpodcast.com.
Your commute just got smarter. Turn drive time into growth time. The IBJ Media Podcast Network gives you front row access to leaders shaping Indiana's economy, culture, and future. No filler, just smart, relevant, local storytelling you won't get anywhere else. Find all of our shows by searching IBJ Media in your podcast app or visit ibjpodcasts.com.